Number 1. You will lose time. Time, the most valuable currency in the universe. You can lose money and earn it again. You can fail and start again. You can rebuild almost anything. But time? Once it's gone forever. Lazy people believe they have endless time. I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it later. Next week will be better, but tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And suddenly, 5 years have passed. No progress, no growth, just the same excuses. Successful people understand something powerful. Small actions done today are more valuable than perfect plans tomorrow. But laziness tells you something dangerous. Relax, you have plenty of time. That lie destroys millions of lives, because while you wait, someone else is learning, someone else is building, someone else is moving forward, and one day you wake up and realize something terrifying. You didn't lose a day, you lost years. But time isn't the only thing laziness steals. The next thing it takes from you is your biggest opportunities. Number 2, you will lose opportunities. Opportunities rarely knock twice. Sometimes they appear only once in your entire life. A job opportunity, a business idea, a chance to learn a skill, a door that could change everything. But opportunities have one rule. They reward action, not intention, not potential, action. Lazy people miss opportunities because they wait too long. They overthink, they hesitate, they delay. And while they are still thinking about it, someone else already took the chance. Someone else already started. Someone else already succeeded. Here's the brutal truth. Life doesn't wait for lazy people. Opportunities move fast, and when they leave, they rarely come back. Years later, many people say the same painful sentence. I wish I had started earlier. But by then, the opportunity is gone. And what's worse than losing opportunities? Losing something inside yourself. Something powerful. Something that determines how high you can rise. Your confidence. Number 3, you will lose confidence. Confidence isn't built by thinking, it's built by doing. Every time you finish a task, your brain becomes stronger. Every time you push yourself, you prove something to yourself. I can do hard things, but laziness breaks this cycle. When you constantly delay tasks, your brain starts learning a different message. I can't, it's too hard, maybe later. Slowly, your belief in yourself disappears. You start doubting everything, your abilities, your ideas, your potential. Even simple tasks feel heavy, not because they are impossible, but because your mind has been trained to avoid effort. Confidence is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it weakens. And when confidence disappears, another dangerous feeling appears. Regret. And regret is one of the most painful emotions a human can experience. Number 4. You will lose your dreams. Every person starts life with dreams, big dreams, powerful dreams. Maybe you wanted to start a business. Maybe you wanted to become successful. Maybe you wanted to change your family's future. Dreams are powerful, but dreams have an enemy: comfort. Laziness loves comfort. Sleeping longer, scrolling longer, waiting longer, day after day. Nothing changes, and dreams slowly begin to fade. Not because they were impossible, but because they were never pursued. Dreams don't die in explosions. They die quietly, in small daily decisions. I'll do it tomorrow. It's too difficult, maybe someday. And suddenly, years have passed. Your dream still exists, but now it feels far away, almost unreachable. And deep inside, you start asking yourself a painful question. What if I actually tried? But by the time many people ask that question, their dream is already slipping away, and laziness isn't finished yet, because the next thing it steals is something even more dangerous: your health. Number 5, you will lose your health. The human body is designed to move, to work, to push, to grow stronger, but laziness creates a different lifestyle. Sitting longer, moving less, avoiding effort. At first, it feels comfortable, but comfort slowly turns into weakness. Energy drops, motivation disappears, the body becomes tired, even without doing much, and the long-term damage is real. Low energy, weight gain, weak muscles. But it's not just physical health. Laziness also affects something invisible: your mental health. Because when you know you should be doing more, but you keep avoiding it, your mind becomes restless. You feel stuck, frustrated, unfulfilled, not because life is unfair, but because deep down, you know you are capable of more. And that feeling slowly turns into something heavy, something many people carry for years: disappointment in themselves. But laziness doesn't stop there, because the next thing it takes from you is how the world sees you. Number 6, you will lose respect. People respect effort. They respect discipline. They respect those who show up and do the work, not perfectly, but consistently. Lazy people often want respect without effort. They want success without struggle. But the world doesn't work that way. When people see someone constantly delaying, constantly making excuses, constantly avoiding responsibility, respect slowly disappears. Friends notice, family notices, colleagues notice, and opportunities stop coming. Because trust and respect are built on reliability. If people can't rely on you, they won't invest in you. Not their time, not their trust, not their opportunities. And one day you may realize something painful. People stopped expecting greatness from you. They stopped believing in your potential. Not because you didn't have it, but because you didn't use it. And the next loss is even bigger. Because laziness doesn't just affect today, it affects your entire future. Number 7, you will lose financial freedom. Money is not everything, but let's be honest. Financial stress can destroy peace of mind. Bills don't wait, responsibilities don't disappear, and opportunities often require resources. Lazy people usually want a comfortable life without doing uncomfortable work, but success doesn't operate that way. Financial stability comes from effort, from discipline, from showing up even when you don't feel like it. While lazy people delay their progress, others are learning valuable skills, building businesses, improving themselves every single day. Years later, the gap becomes obvious. One person struggles to survive. The other has choices, freedom, security, possibilities. The difference wasn't luck, it was action. Because laziness doesn't only affect money, it slowly stops something even more important: your personal growth. Number 8, you will lose your growth. Growth is the purpose of life. Every year you should become stronger, smarter, more skilled, more experienced. But growth requires effort. It requires discomfort, learning new things, trying again after failure, improving one small step every day. Lazy people avoid this process. They stay inside the comfort zone, day after day, year after year. And something strange happens. Life moves forward, but they stay the same. The world evolves, technology advances, skills change, but they remain stuck, and eventually, they feel left behind. Not because they lacked intelligence, not because they lacked opportunity, but because they refused to grow. Growth requires movement, and laziness stops movement. But when growth stops, something else begins to disappear: your sense of purpose. Number 9, you will lose your purpose. Every human being wants to feel useful, valuable, important. We want to feel like our life matters. Purpose comes from contribution, from building something, helping others, creating value in the world. But laziness keeps people disconnected from purpose. When you avoid effort, you avoid responsibility. When you avoid responsibility, you avoid impact. Days begin to feel empty. Routine becomes meaningless. You wake up, scroll your phone, waste time, sleep again. Nothing changes. Slowly, a dangerous feeling appears: meaninglessness. You start wondering, why does my life feel stuck? But deep down, you already know the answer. Purpose isn't found by waiting. Purpose is discovered through action, through effort, through movement. And when laziness stops you from moving, you start losing direction. But the final thing laziness steals is the most painful loss of all. Number 10, you will lose the life you could have lived. Imagine yourself many years from now, older, looking back at your life. 2 possible futures appear. In one future, you took action. You worked hard. You pushed yourself. You faced challenges. You built something meaningful. Your life has stories, achievements, growth. But in the other future, you kept delaying. You chose comfort over effort. You waited for motivation. You postponed your dreams. And slowly, life passed by. No great risks, but also no great victories. No big failures, but also no big success. Just average. And the most painful moment comes when you realize something. You had potential, real potential. You could have done more. You could have become more. But laziness quietly stole those possibilities. Not in one dramatic moment, but in thousands of small decisions. One more hour of comfort, one more delay, one more excuse, until the years disappeared. And that realization, that quiet regret, is something many people carry for the rest of their lives. But here's the powerful truth. If you're watching this right now, your story is not finished, not even close, because the moment you decide to move, everything begins to change.